guys, so my name is Amanda Okolo if you're just seeing me for the first time, and I'm a short stay host in Lagos, Nigeria. I am also a short stay creator. I love to show people beautiful spaces in Lagos, Abuja, wherever my feet can take me to basically. I also have or own a management company called Amanda Residencies, where we help property owners and investors manage their short stay apartments in Lagos, right? So now, I know that you are here because you want to know exactly what happened in the Shortlet scene during Detty December 2026, and that's exactly what I'm going to tell you. Before we get into what happened, I would always like to build the story up, just so that you have a complete knowledge or a complete understanding of what I'm talking about, right? So usually during Christmas or Detty December, we figured out, I think like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we started understanding that during Christmas, a lot of people would love to come back to the country and all of that. So that increased drastically the demand for service apartment during festive period like Christmas, right? So as the year went by, more and more people kept coming, like Lagos became a very hot place, or the Detty December sensation started becoming more crazy, and more people were interested in coming into the city. So demand also kept rising, and a lot of host or shortlet apartment owners started getting informed about what was happening, right? So last year we saw a major increase in shortlet apartment prices during Christmas because of this demand. And even the shortlet host or shortlet owners that did not know that, oh, in December they're supposed to charge so much, last year, because of the blogs, newspapers, they just skyrocketed figures and said, oh, the shortlet guys in Lagos, they made so amount of billions. It was like a whole sensation at the beginning of 2025, right? So a lot of people now became informed that, oh, these guys are making money. Even the people that don't even know anything about it, everybody was just like, there's money in this, let's do shortlet. Everybody now became informed that, or everybody now became aware that, oh, okay, in Christmas it seems like my price is supposed to be doubled and all of those things. So everybody was silently waiting for Detty December of 2025. The ones that have been increasing every other December were waiting. The ones that were new to the information, that were like, oh, last year we didn't increase, they were waiting. And then the ones that stumbled on the news in January and invested in the business hoping that in December they were going to carry block, were also waiting. So all of these categories of people were waiting for 2025 Detty December so that their prices would be elevated. Now what happened? So another thing that we discovered, all of us that are in this business, or all of us that do this business, we discovered that it was easier to sell at a higher rate when the dates are somewhat closer to Christmas. So let's say the closer you get to December, the lesser the number of apartments that was available, the more the demand basically. So a lot of people were not trying to sell their apartments in September, October, like they were trying to, if you ask them, oh, is your apartment available, they will say it's not available even when it's available, just because they know that, okay, when the demand is higher, they can sell at any rate, right? That's what a lot of people had in mind. But then there were still some people that said, oh, please, my December rate is 300, my December rate is 400, if you want to pay, pay. So they were accepting booking all the way from like October, right? Even though their prices, they still increased their prices by maybe like 60-70%, but they were willing to start selling earlier, right? As usual, September came, August came, and people started getting inquiries for December. September came, October, the inquiries were still coming in, and then November came. November is usually the month where you see that set of people that said, oh, I'm going to not sell my apartment yet, I'm going to keep it. That's the month where everybody literally is trying to open up their apartment, and accept booking, because that's like, this is November, next month is December, so at the same time, this group of people, all of them just opened up their apartments and started trying to sell, brought out their rates. That's why you started seeing 600k, 800k, 1 million naira per night flying around, guys. So when that happened, as usual, based off of what we've seen in other years, that's like 2024, 2023, when that happens, the guests will take it in good faith and they will still book. But first week of November went, nothing was happening. It was crickets. Second week, everybody's there looking at themselves. What's happening? There's no booking. Nobody's paying. Nobody's booking. Third week came. Fourth week came. And then we entered first week of December. That's where the panic was like, it was crazy. Like the panic was crazy. At that time, at the first week of December, I had already planned, because I usually plan my content. I plan what I want to do with my page ahead, So my plan for December was to, because I had just come back from Morocco in August, not August, October. My plan was to just keep posting my Morocco video. Sorry, just keep posting my Morocco video and all of that. I didn't want to really post so much about Lagos because I know that that's the peak. But for context, let me give you context. So one thing that helps my business a lot is my page, my personal page, my TikTok. My algorithm is already built around the Shortlet audience. So once I make a post about a Shortlet, it goes very far. It brings us immediate traction. That's one thing about my page. So the way I structured it, I planned that, oh, by December I won't be posting so much because by then there will not be a lot of apartment left. So I didn't want to put so much pressure on my business, because as I'm posting, the inquiries are coming. So I just planned that I would use December to post my Morocco vlogs and video and do all of those pretty fine girl travel things, right? Now, first week of December, I'm looking at my records. My company, like I already mentioned, manages shorted apartments for people in Lagos, and we have over 10 shorted apartments, 10 different properties that we manage. And I'm looking at my record of what is booked and what is not booked, and it's not making sense. Like, why are we still having a lot of empty gaps? I'm like, you know what, this Morocco can wait. These Morocco videos can wait. What are we doing? And I started posting videos. I think I started posting twice a day, because the pressure was so much. A lot of my colleagues were already online shouting, trying to do pity party to say, oh, you people, that your prices are too high, you people need to bring your price down. Maybe they were doing that just so that guests or customers will see those videos and think, oh, maybe these people are selling cheaper, let's book from them. Because I don't even understand what that was about. Even till now, I don't understand. There's no money, like there's no booking, you don't have customers, and the first line of action is to run online, and that was not it for me. I was highly irritated by that, but I just shoved that aside, blocked out all of those things, and I started posting like a crazy person. You can even check my page. I think I started posting about December twice I started posting morning night about December, and that really helped my business, because like I already mentioned, I've been posting about Shortlet for maybe like 3 years now, so my algorithm is already built around the whole Shortlet. Once I post something about Shortlet, I see the immediate effects in my business. Everybody will want to go to that particular apartment I'm posting about, or want to make inquiries and all of those things. So it's really helped my business, and I'm really happy that I can do that for my business by myself. So it now means I don't really have to wait for somebody, even though I know I still use influencers here and there, but there's nothing that is as exciting as being the influencer for my own business. So I get to control what I want to do. That's by the way. So first week of December, a lot of places were still available. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. Like apartments that are so beautiful that ordinarily on a good December or on a good day, this place is never available. This place is always booked, because of how fine it is, were still available. There was a lot of pressure, there was a lot of information online, a lot of tweets were flying everywhere. Everybody was like, oh, these guys are so greedy, nobody should book from them, everybody should go to hotel. So it was a lot. Everybody was just running group. Even though we don't stay together, I could feel it in the air that everybody's tensed. I was getting different calls, even though I wasn't taking it, because I didn't want anybody to pressure me. The different calls, even from the people that I manage the apartment for. Hello, Amanda, I'm seeing the news. Oh, how far? We're not gonna get booking. I'm just like, leave me alone. Let me focus and look for how to get these places booked. Different calls, even like agents. Oh, Amanda, what's happening? Why is it December? At a point, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to take anybody's call again, because one thing that I hate so much, I'm such a positive person. Where everybody's failing, I would never agree that I will fail. If 1,001 people have done this and they failed, that is not me. That's the kind of person I am. So I don't like to hear so much negative things or pay attention to negative things, right? So I just went into work and I started posting. But then it was hard. A lot of property managers were going through hell, because property owners would not want to hear that this is what's happening in the industry. So there was a lot of pressure. There was a lot of conversations online, and every day it just felt like there was a new viral video telling guests not to book Shortlet but to book hotels. A lot of those my videos were helping us, of course. We were seeing bookings here and there. I had to tell my booking assistants that before you turn down any December booking, tell me what the dates are so I can do the calculations, right? During that period, we now started seeing different things happening. A lot of people started bringing down their prices, I promise you. By 50k, by 60k, by 100k even, a lot of prices were slashed just so that they can get bookings. A lot of people that said, oh, we are doing a minimum of 2 weeks, started accepting 5 days, 7 days. A lot was happening. Yeah. Somewhere around 17th, 18th of December, bookings picked up. When I say bookings picked up, it was like boom. It was like a wave. And a lot of people were smiling again. Even though by this time prices has crashed, people were just interested in accepting what they were going to see because nobody knew what was happening. And so bookings picked up and continued like that gradually. We didn't see so much of all of those 1 weeks, 2 weeks, apart from those guys that already accepted booking earlier in the year, like in October, September, October, right? For people that waited till December, a lot of them, if you ask them, they'll tell you that, oh, they had to accept 7 days, they had to accept 5 days, just accepting short dates here and there, just so that at the end of the month, they are still able to get something. I think as at 24th, 25th, everywhere was now fully booked. Everywhere was gone. The only places that you will still see available are maybe places that are not really fine, places that are just there. But then there are some apartments that were booked ever since. We had scarcity of 4-bedroom, 5 bedrooms since like October, November. There was already a scarcity of 4-bedroom, 5 bedrooms. If you pay attention, you notice that during Christmas, a lot of 4 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms are the target. They are like the hottest cake during that festive period because a lot of people that are trying to book as a group. You know, Christmas is where I feel like people want to be with friends and family. Let's say you have a 3-bed or a 4-bed in VI, you are the hottest person in December, I promise you. We have a property we manage in VI, it's a 3-bedroom. That one was even booked since October, you know, so those places are really hot cake. Ikoyi is just like nobody comes close. Ikoyi is just another place, obviously fully booked. The places that really struggled a lot was majorly Ikate. Ikate struggled a lot because there are a lot of apartments in Ikate, particularly 2 bedrooms. Ikate is so full because I feel like that's the only place they can still find land to keep building new houses, and because you know shortlet apartments are mostly new houses, right? So Ikate was so full, it was not really easy to sell Ikate until when the whole rush started. But you see, VI, you see Ikoyi, those places were gone, far gone. When I saw that tweet about how Ikoyi is so expensive and all of that, this is what I think about it. To be honest, those guys in Ikoyi, they don't get bookings so much round the clock. That's like for the entire year. They don't get so much bookings as often as Lekki Phase 1. Like Lekki Phase 1 is an in-demand area all year round. Even if it's not Christmas, it does well because the bulk of the shortlet audience can afford Phase 1 as opposed to Ikoyi. And I feel like Ikoyi, a lot was put down to acquire that property. I don't even know how long it will take whoever that own a property in Ikoyi to make back what they put in there. It's probably you might not even make it back till you die. When I see hot takes on how people are saying, oh, apartments in Ikoyi are so expensive, I'm always just like, what do you expect? How much is a hotel in Ikoyi? But that's not what this video is about, right? 3rd, 4th, 5th, which was like yesterday, people started checking out, people started going back. So that's basically what happened in the shortlet space in December 2025 in Lagos. But I'll be very honest, compared to other years, a lot of IJGBs and all of these people, they didn't come back as much as they did last year. So that also kind of like affected. I've spoken to a lot of people from other business sectors, right? Even cab guys, Uber guys, they're like, oh, the people did not really come back as much as they did last year. So that also affected. Like when I thought about this entire thing, it just made sense to me to say that a lot of people, because of how expensive things was in December, are planning to come back Easter, are planning to come back February. Right now, we've gotten a couple of February bookings that I'm just like, February. I know that the only dates that around February usually that are always like rushed is like February 14th, 15th, 13th, around the Valentine period. But now we have gotten a couple of long bookings, like 2 weeks in February. I'm just like, people that did not come back, people pushed their flight forward, people intentionally did not come back in December because of how expensive it was. So they have plans of coming back February and Easter. So that's what I'm just checking, that's what I'm calculating, that's what I sense is going to happen this year, right? So but fingers crossed, we'll see how it goes. Now, what's going to happen in 2026 December, nobody really knows, but I know for a fact that a lot of hosts or shortlet hosts will be more open to selling out their dates as early as August, as early as September, because of what happened this 2025. A lot of people will say, please, once it's August, once it's October, they'll start selling their dates, which I think would make sense. I don't think the prices should be as high as 2025 was. I feel like this 2025 really taught people some kind of lessons, hard lessons, you know. So I don't think that 2026 will be as bad as 2025. But fingers crossed, we will see how that goes. If you have any questions or anything else you want me to answer, or anything else that you think I missed out on this video, just leave a comment in the comment section and I'll respond to you. And I'll see you guys in my next video.